one outfit hails from a bustling cultural hub on the Gold Coast, the other from a vast megacity, Russia's cosmopolitan capital. Worlds apart but poised to collide here upon the turf of Africa's southernmost nation. Well, there was mixed fortunes for these two sides. Yesterday it was a day on which Club Tijuana ended a 2-year future champs hiatus in fine style. 2016's third place team got their campaign off the ground with a comfortable 2-0 win over debutants Beijing Sinobu Guan. Meanwhile, today's opponents, Spartak Moscow, endured a damaging defeat to Bidvest Wits, squandering an early lead to go down 3-1 after the completion of 60 minutes. If anyone joining us for the first time, you just might need to be made aware of the fact that games are an hour long to accommodate the hectic schedule for these young lads. Teams playing 5 highly competitive games over the course of 6 days. That's a lot of football to get through. And that means they'll need to call upon all members of their squad. Although that's something that Club Tijuana haven't done today, because they haven't made any changes from the side that recorded the win over the team from China yesterday. Is completely unchanged today. And watch out for the combination Lopez plus Lopez operating in the striking and the number 10 position today. Two very good young lads. Their head coach is Juan Manuel Romo. For Spartak Moscow, their coach Vyacheslav Vashkevich. Looking very cool, his backwards cap. And remember, they only arrived not so long ago, that's why he's yawning. For the Russian outfit, they make 2 changes. They've implemented a change in the defensive line with Vladislav Sumaov coming into the fold. He's replacing Maskin Stepanenko, and then up front, Kojedub falls away, and the youngster who came off the bench in the last game, Vlad Shitov, he will start up front as the lone striker today. Match official is given Mabasa, consulting with the respective captains, Vadim Kromin, as well as Misha Herrera. 2 men who play in defense, 2 men who wear the same number on their back. So Spartak Moscow, this is pretty much do or die here. Only the top team in the group goes through to the top tier of the competition. All the teams continue to play in the respective playoffs, and they will all place from 1 to 12 when the dust settles. But only the group winners go into the semi-finals and are in contention to win the crown. After a defeat yesterday, they absolutely have to win. Club Tijuana, on the other hand, are well on their way to making it through to the semi-finals on the balance of what we see on the first day. 12 goals were scored yesterday, the opening day. Well, 15 rather scored yesterday, and 12 scored last year, so they're slightly ahead of the trend. Will it continue? We certainly hope so. And 2 teams most capable of bulging the back of the net, Club Tijuana and Spartak Moscow. It is the Mexican outfit that get us underway this mid-morning or late morning kickoff in Soweto, and under a little bit of early pressure here. Club Tijuana, they've cleared their lines effectively enough. Not too many changes put into effect for the Russian outfit. Perhaps just altering key personnel as Cristian Castillo tries to switch the play early. Not particularly effective from arguably one of the standout players on the park yesterday for Tijuana. taken down relatively well by Rabadanov, who scored inside a minute, so he's already off the mark yesterday by this time in the game. Then couldn't get his pass right in attempting to find Shitov up ahead of him. It's Rafael Lopez caught offside.
Lopez, one of the players to look out for. Eh? He's got the pace, he's got the touches, good timing of his runs most of the time.
Let the ball bounce to their detriment here. It's Vlad Shitov who's applying some of the pressure, and there's the indication from Josue Jimenez as to say that you can't afford to let that happen again. A little bit sloppy from Luis Ruiz. Now picked up by Sebastian Yanez. Back into the center of the park, trying to turn it over quickly. First time pass, not accurate enough, but there's a little bit of space emerging for Domingo Contreras. It's a robust challenge from Vadim Kromin that Contreras is not particularly happy about. And again, with the kind of frame that Contreras does possess, he won't be used to being bullied off the ball all too often. Among the most stoutly built lads on the park of the 22.
Now, a bit of a pushing on the side. Yes, the aggression will be there in the early stages of the game. That is FC Spartak, who would want to get an early goal, maybe get back into the chase, trying to be number one on the log.
They come away with it. Daniel Grigov to Vlad Shitov. Can he turn? He's not capable of doing so against Misha Herrera. They drove upfield, courtesy of good play initially from Daniel Grigov. Great turn, and then he picked up the ball again and moved into the space. Herrera misplaces his pass. Opportunity now brought down and took a little too long. Still alive. And Spartak, can they score? They do. It's a fantastic goal for Rabbadanov. It's his second of the tournament. And for the second day running, Spartak have an early lead.
He will be disappointed at his defenders as far as Jimenez Khoisu is concerned. They could have closed down the number 10, Mutaliv Aslam, who was actually trying to take a shot with his right foot. It was not possible for him, but luckily, when he took a shot, it deflected to Lopez, and Lopez was right there to just lace it into the back of the net. However, the defense... Oh, that is Rabbadanov, not Lopez. But a good ball played. Mutaliv Aslam tried to take a shot, but it seems like his right foot is not the strongest. So he made a turn, tried to take a shot. The second time around, that's when Ramadanov got the chance to actually lace it to the first pole where the keeper was shuttling to.
He's taken a more difficult chance than he did yesterday. A tap-in from about 3 yards out this time on the angle. Although the goalkeeper was slightly stranded after having made that save from Aslan Mutaliv. And Mutaliv was in all kinds of space in the box, unmarked. And that's sloppy from Club Tijuana, who concede for the first time in the tournament. It's a goal scorer, Rabbadanov, back to defense, and then dispensed out towards the left-hand side. Not accurately enough, though, for them to continue moving into an advanced position. Playing in tight spaces here are the Russians, and Mutaliv tries to get out of that situation. A free kick delivered by, well, not Sebastian Yanez, it's the captain rather, Herrera, towards the back post. And that's a dreadful waste in the end.
Now, in this instance, I can only hope that it remains a 1 in favor of Spartak Moscow. As per my prediction, hopefully my colleague James Mainga will allow me to win this one.
Still plenty of game to be played.
True.
It's going to have to remain this way for a good 50 or so minutes. And there was only a single game yesterday, a solitary game between Orlando Pirates and Reggio Audace that produced only 1 goal. Every other game yesterday produced at least 2. And they let the ball drop again. They get lucky because of the offside call, and the referee Mabasa just feels like he needs to step in here to curtail any potential afters between the players. It's already quite an aggressive contest.
Now, Domingo Contreras, timing of the jump, and yes, there was just that landing on the number 10 there. Mutaliva Slam was really unnecessary for him to actually throw his body all the way on a person that is already down. It could be a very dangerous one. Luckily, the ref is not going to caution him, but he needs to at least play safe. Yes, they're trailing behind, but you don't need to be that aggressive.
Tihuana would have identified Aslan Mutalif as one of the Spartak danger men.
Always in the thick of things, always trying to get into the box. He's got the pace also. He's got the idea, so if they don't mark him in a smart way, he's most likely going to punish them.
Now, decent ball in. Just fizz that one into the box. And in the end, Rafael Lopez couldn't connect, but Sebastian Yanez has been producing some decent balls from this right-hand side. He gets into advanced positions, the fullback. This will be Ricardo Ihar. Vlad Shitov. He's lost out here. It's well shielded behind by Misha Herrera. Almost 10 minutes in. Tihuana trail to a 5th goal scored by Rabadanov, but they're trying to get back into it. This drops nicely. Lopez on his left, curls it. It's just wide.
Ooh. The idea by Lopez. The killer just went away from the frame of goal. Not poorly cleared, and his first touch was good. The decision was good, but it just went away from the goalpost. They're getting there. Get into the box, utilize the chances. Decisive moves will result into them getting a goal.
The ball being pretty evenly shared after 10 minutes of play. Spartak with a slight advantage. Possession stakes 53%. They have a goal to their name as well. Well, this would really open up the group. Wits have 3 points after yesterday's win against Spartak. If things were to remain as they are, then Tijuana would stay on 3 that they managed yesterday. Spartak would move to 3 as well, and then they would wait to see what Wits would be able to produce against Club Brugge in the later kickoff. That one scheduled to start at 2:30. Wits playing their first crossover game. Those crossover games can often inform the group. If you look at it, you have to say that Club Tijuana got a slightly lucky break playing against the debutants Beijing, and Spartak playing against the Chiefs side who underwhelmed yesterday. Perhaps they'll come back stronger today, but inarguably Wits have by far the toughest crossover game. And when all is said and done at the end of Wednesday, it could be a major determinant in whether they top the group and go into the semi-finals or not. It's the semi-final stage they've been reaching routinely. Decent pass. Ramses Serrano just plays Lopez a little short. And Spartak come away with it. Lopez wins the ball back, illegally so according to Given Mabasa.
Now, Lopez, again in the thick of things, the pushing, the handling. He wants to win the ball by all means. And of course, they're trailing behind. Need to relax, apply your mind. Don't fade away from the coach's instructions. It's still 12 minutes in the game.
Tijuana attempting to play out from the back. Vadim Kromin allows that to go no further. Ruiz. Ricardo Ihar. Jimenez plays it out towards his left fullback. It's Jael Baltazar, and infield now, working the ball around the pitch quite nicely, but then that final delivery not quite up to scratch. There were 2 willing runners.
Well, we had highlighted earlier on that Tijuana loves to play the ball behind the defense most of the time, on the basis that there's tall defenders with FC Spartak Moscow, but they need to time their runs then if they want to master the technique of playing it behind the defenders. Yes, it will benefit them as they make the runs forward as compared to the defenders having to turn and then run for the ball.
Castillo's pass is cut out, but it's dropped kindly for Ihar. Now the cross is sorely lacking in quality. It was Jael Baltazar who had made a foray forward, got himself into an advanced position. They won't be terribly well served, hoisting balls into the box like that. Just building on the point you've just made, the big Russian centre halves will handle pretty much everything in the air. Good fight shown there by Serrano. He keeps it alive for Tijuana, and then just as I say that, plays a loose ball. Contreras is never going to have any chance of keeping that one in.
Well, you can tell what Serrano wants to do, rotation of the ball. Once the opponents are on the other side, he switches play with the hope that Domingo Contreras makes those runs and whipping those crosses nice high and low, or put a nice cross that will be competed out high up in the air. Now, the pushing there. We did say that in the center of the park it's going to be a bit tougher as far as Tijuana is concerned. It's going to be an aggressive one. They know where the ball is being distributed most of the time. It's in the center and they capitalize on that counter.
Fouls racking up here for Tijuana. That is the 5th committed in just over a quarter an hour of play. Rabbadanov trying to trick his way past his man.
Well, he had the skill, yes, but then he did not win the ball, and then he pulled the opponent, rather, that is Castillo Cristiano. That's why the flag was up on him.
willing chaser is Rafael Lopez. Boruskin launches it upfield. This will be claimed by Ihar. Baltazar. Possession turned over to Spartak. Castillo. Clever. That's lovely. This is Mario Lopez now. And Lopez over the top, searching for Domingo Contreras.
Wouldn't it be wise for Tijuana to play those short passes to switch sides as compared to them trying to locate it? Domingo most of the time with the long passes. The pressure behind the ball is, of course, too much. Nothing has been successful thus far. It's just exhausting Domingo Contreras with the runs and not winning the ball. It results into a throw-in. Short passes get closer. Would do better for them.
Contreras now has won his side a free kick in a good position. A chance to work something from the training ground, and they hoist it in. And it's not a bad delivery, but again, it's probably not the right option under these circumstances. I think Tijuana have realized that they will get some joy from hunting down the Spartak defenders. That's how the free kick was won. Three of the front four, if you can call it that, just applying some pressure. The nickname of Tijuana is Ila Hauria, the pack of hounds. They were hunting in a pack there, and they profited from it. So perhaps they'll learn from the successful moments they've managed so far. At the moment they're defending. I saw cut out as Lipchinkov was attempting to find a pass. Grigorev trying to jink his way past one, unsuccessful. That's a delightful ball into space here for Aslan Mutalif. He gets a chance to get his head up. Can he see the option? Still he keeps going. That's a good pick out. And an opportunity for Spartak Moscow materialized and then evaporated in an instant as Melnikov tried to create a little bit more space to shoot. I think if his touch had been tighter, he could have pulled the trigger immediately. Now it's Vlad Shitov. And on the angle, takes the shot, saved by Jimenez. Tijuana under the cosh. Still Spartak come. This is Kloitman. He's afforded so much space, and he marches into that space. Here comes Lipchenkov, and that's a tame effort.
Mutaliv, he's got the skill. The idea is there. You know, the turn, they're taking the shot at goal. Of course, the keeper, Jimenez, was well positioned and he kicked it away. Had it been a follow-up there, it would have been something different because the defenders were ball watching.
Ball clipped in. That will be easily claimed by Pavel Boruskin. Rather robust challenge from Nikola Tolstoptiotov, who hails from Evpatoria. In fact, one of only a few in this Spartak outfit. It isn't originally from Moscow. You can see the fouls now racking up for Spartak. a little bit earlier, Club Tijuana had perpetrated 5, Spartak only 1. That's being afforded more and more free kick opportunities here. A Mexican outfit. Again, hung up towards the back post. That's a little too long for Contreras.
It hasn't turned out well when it comes to set pieces as far as Tijuana is concerned. Why don't you go for goal? Look for a rebound, force a keeper to pull a save. They've got the power. Because on high balls, no one is actually competing for those header. So take it, directed goal.
Burushkin. If it wasn't for qualifiers for the under 17 Euro, then Burushkin might not be minding goal at the moment. And they do have in their youth ranks Alexander Alexev, goalkeeper who's on national team duty at the moment, as well as Ilya Golyatov. Both of them playing for the Russian national team. In the qualifiers, they played against Scotland 2 days ago, beat them 3-0, against Poland yesterday, beat them 3-2, and today will be coming up against Portugal in their attempts to qualify. Now collected by Lopez. It's not something you see too often, at an offside player coming from that offside position to collect the ball.
The challenge is that he came too deep, and the assistant ref just put his flag up.
Rabadanov now, good pass from Ravadanov. Maybe a little bit too much on it, difficult to control for Mutaliv. Game getting a little scrappy now.
Well, Top Tijuana, 23 minutes into the game, they try to reach the final third, they get set pieces as well. So a combination play would work better for them. Short passes, get closer at numbers in the box. The defense of FC Spartak Moscow hasn't been tested that much.
Again, a centre half allowed to advance. Tolstopdiatov can move into the space.
They've mastered how to keep the line and making sure that the offside traps are well executed if they decided to push. That is FC Spartak Moscow defense, Glodiman alongside Kromin and Somiv. So communication, yes, is working for them as far as them pushing forward.
Kromin misplaces his pass, an opportunity now for Tijuana. It's taken away from Contreras, just hesitated on the ball for an instant too long, and it's Spartak who have the opportunity now. That's hacked clear by Herrera. Picked up by Serrano. Serrano trying to locate Castillo. Cristian Castillo has seen precious little of the ball, and he is one of the men who can make this team tick, but they need to get it to his feet. Here's another. Mario Lopez, look how deep he's dropped now to just try and effect some change. He picks out Castillo. What can the little man do? Here he goes. This pass cut out. Good battling play. And it's Lopez from range. And Pavel Burushkin, watch that all the way.
The idea is there. The execution is what's lacking. The decision making in the final third is lacking. Now, 10 seconds has passed. The keepers had the ball for too long. An indirect one. But that was not 10 seconds. It was way less than 10 seconds.
6 seconds is the rule. It would have been borderline even if it is 6. So they're going to have to take this one indirect, but it's still in a great position. They're going to have to just slam this goalwards. A touch to move it potentially past the wall, and someone to just hit it as hard as they possibly can.
Go hard and low. They're all going to anticipate a jump.
The difficulty here for the keeper is that his wall are obligated to retreat still 10 feet, which means they are very close to him. is going to be rather unsighted. And there they go, and it's slammed under the wall, but took a slight deflection off an ankle and behind for a corner kick.
Too many touches in the box. You're allowing the opponents to actually close you down the moment you make the first touch. At least 2 touches would have been better. Roll it and then someone shoots, as compared to someone trapping the ball for you, then you take a shot. It gives them room to cover.
Herrera with the corner. It's not the best attempt from Ruiz, but it is still alive for Club Tijuana. Clipped upfield by Boruskin. On the charge is Mutaliv. He's being pushed out wide. A chance to attack the byline and put a cross in. And that's a clear push. Will it be punished? Well, it's not. The referee was on hand to see that Sebastian Yanez put his hands into the back of Mutaliv.
Well, he had already lost the ball going out, so I think it's a good call by the ref not to give a foul there.
Now to Castillo, and just can't force an effective shot with the attentions of the defender.
Timing of his run, Castillo could have been better. He's got the pace and he just needs to put the defenders behind him once he gets the ball, especially when they're playing high balls behind the defenders.
Little flick on. Now, then we see the pace and power of Contreras. He's done enough to win his side a throw-in, battling up against Nikita Gloitman. Contreras, shorter but stouter. Backs into his man, they resume their battle. This is Contreras. Can he locate a teammate? They settle for a corner kick here as time continues to tick away. Just less than 30 seconds to go. Sebastian Yanez's deliveries have been a little iffy. What can he produce this time? Floats it up, Boruskin claims. And to be honest, all too regularly has the ball been put into areas where the goalkeeper has found it quite easy to claim.
Now, when a keeper makes a call, you need to be sure you are ready to compete with that, because he's got elbows, he's got his knees, so you're most likely going to get a knock. Now, the settings, they could have done better. Too many touches. Yes, they were going hard and low underneath the legs of the wall, but then the 3 touches was just too much, especially in that area.
I think it was off target in any case, as the sides retreat to the respective dugouts just to have some refreshments and some words of encouragement and advice from their respective coaches. It's a 10-minute break, and it will be Club Tijuana who need to try and come from a goal down. A goal scored very early inside the 5th minute by Rabbadanov that has given Spartak Moscow a 1-0 lead at the Nike Center in Soweto.